Welcome, my radiant Leo souls, both the newcomers and the seasoned cosmic veterans, to Golden Fortune Leo, where we don't just chase the stars, we roar with them. If you're here, it's not by accident. You're one of the chosen ones, drawn by a celestial nudge, a whisper from the universe that something big is brewing. And trust me, it is. This week, we stand at the threshold of a profound shift, the new moon in Cancer, arriving June 25th. But let's get one thing straight, this isn't just a new moon, it's not a set your intentions and sip tea kind of reset. This is a soul-level reboot, a quantum portal opening right in front of your very eyes, yes, even if those eyes are a little puffy from the emotional wave you've been riding lately, we see you, Leo. Here's where things get astrologically spicy. We're experiencing a rare triple alignment, the Sun, the Moon, and Jupiter, all lining up in a cosmic power move that only happens once every 12 years. If you've been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. lately and blaming the dog next door or your overactive mind, I hate to break it to you, it might actually be your soul. This is the year of Triumph 2025, and your higher self is apparently not a fan of sleep. These early wake-up calls? They're spiritual summons. Reality is shifting. The veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinner than your last excuse for not journaling. Emotionally, things might feel, let's say, extra. You may find yourself tearing up at commercials, songs, or that one TikTok about a turtle getting rescued. It got me, too. This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. Cancer brings emotional tides, yes, but not to drown you. These waters are sacred. They're here to wash out what no longer belongs, old wounds, regrets, fears you thought were long buried. Your inner lion is shedding its battle-worn armor. It's vulnerable, yes, but also glorious. Even courage needs softness. And here's the real kicker, what we're experiencing is a soul recalibration. For Leos, who are often busy lighting up the world, this is the universe's way of saying, hey, it's your turn to glow from within. Your cosmic blueprint, that ancient design encoded in your soul before you ever stepped into this body, is coming back online. You may notice synchronicities, repeated numbers, odd bursts of deja vu. Don't dismiss them. That's the universe tapping on your shoulder, saying, are you paying attention, Leo? This isn't just astrology. It's a mirror, a chance to remember who you really are beneath the performance, the pride, and the perfectly tousled mane. So lean in. Let the moon do her magic. Let your heart crack open a little wider. You weren't born to play it safe. You were born to burn brighter. And this new moon? It's just the beginning. Now, let's talk about Saturn, the elder statesman of the Zodiac, the wise old monk who carries a clock in one hand and a karmic ruler in the other. If the Zodiac were a temple, Saturn would be that one senior monk who sits quietly in the corner until you mess up, and then, with one raised eyebrow and no words, you suddenly remember all your past lives. With this Cancer new moon, Saturn isn't just meditating in the background. No, he's squaring off with the moon like a cosmic pop quiz proctor, leaning in with his signature question, are you actually ready for what you're asking for? It's not judgment, it's accountability. There's a difference. And trust me, Leos, Saturn knows when you've been practicing your roar, and when you've just been posting it on Instagram. But just as Saturn tightens the grip, Jupiter Kazimi rolls in like the golden retriever of the cosmos, full of optimism, luck, and cosmic high fives. On June 24th, Jupiter cozies right up to the heart of the Sun, a moment astrologers call Kazimi, which is basically Jupiter's version of charging up in a solar power station. It's expansion, joy, wisdom, all amplified. But here's the twist. Jupiter only hands out prizes to those who did the Saturn homework. This isn't a participation trophy situation. Saturn gives you the test. Jupiter gives you the blessing, but only if you showed your work in emotional math. Yes, even the extra credit about boundaries and shadow work. Now we enter the tender terrain, the heart chakra, and for Leo, this isn't just a chakra, it's headquarters. Leo rules the heart, not just metaphorically, but energetically. And this new moon? It's triggering a rewiring. That means old fears, like abandonment, unworthiness, or the sneaky suspicion that maybe you're not quite enough unless you're being impressive, start bubbling up. You can't outshine your way past this. The only way is through. Neptune joins the mix now, and he doesn't play fair. Neptune's like the dream-weaving mystic who walks into the room, blows some glitter in your face, and suddenly you're not sure if that text from your ex means they've changed or if Mercury's just playing tricks again. Here's the truth, love illusions are dissolving. If someone disappeared on you, that wasn't rejection, that was redirection, divine protection dressed up as heartbreak. And if someone's circling back into your life? Pause. Breathe. Is it authentic growth, or is it just karma cosplaying as a second chance? Your discernment is your compass now. And if you've been feeling an inexplicable pull, maybe to a new city, a new passion, or to learn ukulele at midnight, don't dismiss it. This is not random. This is divine choreography at work. The universe is nudging you toward places and people who match your frequency. And here's where it gets really fun, your soulmate may already be tuning in. I don't mean romantically texting you just yet, I mean energetically, quantumly, like they're out there sipping coffee in another timeline, but somehow, they're picking up the signal you've been subconsciously broadcasting. This isn't fantasy. This is entanglement, quantum physics meets destiny. You're already connected, even if your soulmate is still arguing with Siri or finishing their karmic lesson elsewhere. Just because you haven't physically met doesn't mean the bond isn't real. Sometimes love shows up before it even arrives. So, Leo, the question isn't if the path is opening, it is. The question is, will you trust your lion heart enough to follow it? If you've been waking up around 3 a.m. lately, disoriented, remembering dreams filled with oddly specific ancestors or celestial symbols that look suspiciously like your cousin's cat, take a breath. No, it's not that questionable sushi from dinner. What you're experiencing is part of a profound, often overlooked process, the activation of ancestral codes. In astrological and spiritual terms, these early morning dream downloads are more than just REM stage randomness. They're blueprints you agreed to long before you incarnated. That's right, you didn't just sign up for a zodiac sign, you signed up for a mission, and now the universe is faxing over the fine print while you sleep. Cancer, the sign of this potent new moon, is deeply linked to lineage, family karma, and generational healing. And here's where it gets beautifully ironic for Leo. You've always been seen as the one who leads, who shines, who protects the pride. But what if your true power isn't just in guarding your family, it's in healing it? The lion doesn't just roar to claim territory, it roars to call the tribe together, to protect the vulnerable, and sometimes, to break generational patterns with the force of divine drama and deep compassion. And as the soul does its work, the body follows, often in confusing, hilarious, or downright inconvenient ways. Let's talk symptoms. Digestive weirdness? Sudden cravings, or the opposite, no appetite, like your stomach decided to take a sabbatical? Or maybe you feel weird tingling in your hands or an electrical buzz in your chest. No, you're not turning into a toaster. Your body is recalibrating. These sensations are a signal that your energetic frequency is shifting. You're being tuned, like a radio, to the soulmate station. In fact, your DNA is starting to sync with someone else's. I like to call it romantic Bluetooth. No pairing code required, just open-hearted vulnerability and maybe some journaling. But before you get too starry-eyed, here come our favorite cosmic reality checkers, Saturn and Neptune. Saturn, always the teacher with the cosmic clipboard, is asking you one final question before the next level unlocks. Are you living in your truth, or are you performing a version of it that gets applause? Are your boundaries solid, or do they disappear the moment someone cute texts you at midnight? Neptune, for his part, doesn't test you with rules, he tests you with fog. He wants to know, is that love you're feeling real, or is it just a projection shaped by wishful thinking in a Netflix algorithm? Because here's the truth that every seasoned astrologer, and every wise old monk, will tell you, soulmates don't come to complete you. That's a myth born from bad poetry and good marketing. They come to reflect your wholeness, your growth, your truth. Or, in some cases, they show up to reflect back the chaos you've been avoiding. Either way, it's not always comfortable, but it is always sacred. Now, if you're wondering what to do with all this, don't worry, I've got you. This new moon isn't just about floating around in emotional water, it's about intention. Here are a few Leo-approved rituals to anchor you. Create a sacred water space. Yes, that luxurious bubble bath counts. Bonus points if you light candles and play something moody in the background. Write a letter to your soulmate. Don't mail it, unless you enjoy confusing your ex or giving your mail carrier existential questions to ponder. Clear emotional clutter. That means your physical space too. The stack of half-read spiritual books? Either read them or release them. Speak your intentions aloud. You're Leo. Your voice is power. Use it like a spell, a declaration, a sacred roar. And finally, plant a seed. Literally or symbolically. A little basil in the window works, or write down your intention and bury it in your favorite plant pot. Show the universe you're not just talking about change, you're partnering with it. This new moon is not just another phase. It's a portal, and it's personalized for those brave enough to love more honestly, heal more deeply, and yes, laugh more often along the way. So if you're feeling the stirrings of something profound, trust it. You're not imagining things. You're just waking up. Alright Leo, listen up, and I mean really listen, not just with those regal ears tuned to compliments. I'm talking about your third eye, that deep inner compass tucked somewhere between your brows and your higher self. And guess what? It's blinking awake like a cosmic notification light. If you've been seeing flashes of insight, deja vu, or the same weird symbol showing up everywhere, that's not coincidence. That's your higher self sending you texts from the beyond. Call it divine push notifications. Only difference is, you can't swipe these away. They're sticky, insistent, and utterly important. Now, quick PSA, synchronicities are your new normal. Repeated numbers, songs that play right when you think of someone, running into the same person 3 times in a week, it's not your imagination or a glitch in the matrix. It's the universe clearing its throat. And while we're at it, if your ex texts you at exactly 11:11, don't fall for it. That's not a sign. That's a test. Kindly block, bless, and move on like the enlightened lion you are. From June 24th to 26, we step into what I'd call a cosmic supernova of manifestation. It's the ultimate trifecta. Jupiter Kazimi, expansion and divine green lights. Cancer new moon, emotional rebirth and soul planting season, and Mercury entering Leo. Finally, your thoughts and words are catching up with your truth, and sounding fabulous while doing it. In this 72-hour portal, the seeds you plant, they grow fast. Like, check your inbox fast. Old patterns begin to unravel. Time warps. Signs flood in. You might say one thing out loud, and the next thing you know, the universe is delivering it Amazon Prime style. So use your voice, speak clearly, courageously, and from your heart. Your roar isn't just for show, it's the spell that shapes your future. But here's the spiritual fine print, not everyone is ready for the kind of love that soulmates bring. These aren't relationships built on playlists and brunch dates, though those can be lovely perks. These are mirrors, the kind that don't just show you how cute you look in that sunlit selfie but reflect your inner truth, the places still aching for healing, the lessons you promised to learn. If your emotional foundation is shaky, Saturn, the karmic coach who never misses leg day, will come through to shake the pillars. Soulmates don't arrive when we're pretending. They arrive when we've done the work, the real, uninstagrammable kind. Think less vision board, more shadow journaling at 2 a.m. And when that soulmate energy does arrive, don't expect fireworks. Expect recognition. It may be quiet, like a song you forgot you loved until it starts playing again. It feels like a homecoming, not because you're incomplete without them, but because your soul recognizes itself in another. That's the moment, Leo. That's the roar of real love, not loud, but true. And truth? That's your real crown. Here's the deeper truth, manifestation isn't about wishing for something pretty. It's about becoming the energy of love, wholeness, truth, and yes, a little bit of mischief, because you're Leo, after all. The Cancer new moon isn't asking you to build a fantasy. It's asking you to build a home within yourself. A place so rooted, so radiant, that when someone worthy enters your life, they don't rescue you, they join you. And when Leo truly comes home to Leo, the whole jungle quiets. Because even the stars know to pause when royalty returns. So let this be your golden fortune, Leo. Not because something good is coming, but because something powerful is already here. The year of triumph 2025 doesn't wait for permission. It simply asks, are you ready to claim it? Now, before you float off into the ether, full of stardust and soulmate daydreams, let's ground this in something simple. Enjoy your life. Fully. Loudly. Joyfully. Do the rituals. Light the candles. Laugh when your cat knocks over your intention altar. Dance barefoot. Take that trip. Text that friend. Speak your truth. And above all, be you, in the most unapologetic, golden-lit, lion-hearted way possible. And if you found value in this transmission, if your soul nodded somewhere along the way, then go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Golden Fortune Leo. Join the pride. We're just getting started.